Hi, Miss Jessica. Thank you very much for agreeing to have our pre-observation meeting on Zoom, accommodating my needs. And thank you for providing me with your lesson plan last week. I'd like us to start with you sharing what are some of your strengths as a teacher?
Hi. So, some of my strengths as a teacher are that I'm very knowledgeable in terms of the content and resourceful with a variety of scaffolding strategies and tailoring the materials to the different levels of student.
Wonderful, wonderful. With that said, what are some areas of growth of you that you're looking for in this profession?
Yes, so I see this particular class of students needs development in their collaboration skills and working in small groups. I'm really looking forward to being able to grow my ability to group the students according to their academic and social needs, and also focus on improving their engagement while in these small group activities.
Thank you for sharing your strengths. I'm taking notes. And in that line, what are some student assets and strengths?
So the students in this class have a lot of them are really good listeners. They're often willing to share their ideas in the whole class discussion setting. We have a really big, diverse group of students in terms of culture and linguistic assets. So they're really open to sharing their own ideas, examples from their cultures. We have students from Guatemala, Mexico, El Salvador, Honduras. So linguistically, a lot of them are bilingual.
Perfect. So, in terms of you engaging the whole class in discussion, what have you done to help this class succeed in this manner and to grow in
Uh,
this manner?
Oh, so I guess with this group, I've been able to model strategies really successfully with them, providing examples. Um, I also keep reminding the students, since they're so different, no one's to be judged when they're participating. When they share their opinions, no one's laughing, which has really encouraged my students to participate in these discussions, share their answers, provide examples from their own cultures and their lives. So I also give them sentence starters, which gives them confidence before they speak.
Wonderful. And also, let's talk about this class. What are some general student need in the group?
So most of all the students in this class, the academic literacy class, it's an intervention class.
Okay.
So they're in this class based on their low scores from the English SBAC, their ELA grade from last year. They also take into consideration the iReady beginning of the year assessment results. So their reading is a few grade levels below. I think they need more support in order to lead an academic conversation on their own. And also, there's some students with IEPs, so they're in need of redirection, re-explanation of instructions, one-on-one, modeling. I do my best to support them, but we don't have teacher aides in this class. The shortage for the school.
Unfortunately, yeah, I know we're struggling in our school with shortage of aides, and I'm sorry about that. I'll try to support as much as I can as a coach. So I know that I'm going to observe your period 7, which is the grade 7 academic literacy intervention class. And I also looked into your roster, and I'm thinking in terms of specific individual needs that we'll need to consider and you need to consider for doing your lesson plan. For example, you have a class of 23 students, and I looked at their beginning of the year iReady. 18 of them scored 2 to 3 years below the grade level reading. 3 of them scored 1 year below, and 2 have not yet completed the diagnostics. Also, you have 3 students with IEPs, and the class, your students are primarily bilingual. Many of them are reclassified fluent English proficient, and they're LTAS. Thus, you have a lot to consider in your lesson planning because it's a diverse group of students. So let's get to the lesson plan. What are the main lesson objectives for this particular class that I will observe? Thank you.
Yeah, so the objective for the students is to work collaboratively in the small groups to be able to identify textual evidence of identity examples from metaphors used in the poem Identity by Julian Noboa.
Okay.
So we already read that. We annotated it during the whole class discussion last week. So they will do that by engaging in academic conversations, being able to cite relevant textual evidence from the poem, and they're going to organize it in the graphic organizer. So they're going to use this organizer for the next lesson where they write an analysis on the poem on
Wonderful.
their own.
Wonderful. I like how you are creating a connection between what they previously did, that the students are like familiar with that, and how you're connecting the work product of what you will do this in my observation class, and you're connecting it to the next step. But what exactly, as in terms of student work product, should I look for and collect as a data at the end?
So by the end of the lesson that day, I expect students to have completed the graphic organizer. So where they listed the relevant examples of identity from the poem, because they really need this to help them in the next class for the formal assessment.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you are, what I'm hearing, students, do they have enough prior knowledge with this poem?
Yeah, definitely. They should from their notes from the last class. We read it and analyzed it and annotated it last week. So